Yeah.
It's polite.
What you got?
Can you maybe take us through the next few days and what you hope after what I don't want to put words in your mouth. First, maybe describe how you felt about the news and then your next few days.
No, the next few days we'll start working on this process, start working towards things. I won't throw for a week or two, and then kind of work from there, and then work on moving forward, going from there.
What do you think the first kind of steps will be? You have to start a throwing program.
We'll have to start a throwing program and then work from there. I've got some things to clean up. I started doing some things mechanically that were not normal. I started leading to some things, whether that's post oblique or not. We're still trying to figure out. But it was just something that we got to clean up a few things, and then we'll work from there. Start a throwing program, and then slowly work our way back into it.
Do you think this is something that could have been avoided if you guys didn't have a lockout?
I don't know about could have been avoided. Look, with the lockout, you do everything you can to work through things, and so when started feeling a little bit of like just not smooth. Obviously got it looked at, got it checked out. Went in and saw Neil, and we went. We worked through some things, and we tried to work back, and the lockout ended just abruptly. And so it was one of those things. We came here, and they want to get their hands on me, look at it. Got the same sort of stuff as I got before from him. I went and did everything I could through the lockout. It was just hard, communication-wise, to communicate to them what was going on. So, when we talked when the lockout ended, and it was news to them, obviously, because we couldn't say anything. But it's not like I wasn't working to get everything done.
Jack, can you provide further clarity on why the PRP injection was for the shoulder inflammation?
Obviously things have come out about what they think is wrong, but in terms of what was said before, that's been around for a while. It's not something that's new. For it to come out now is is interesting for it to come out right now. There was some other information in there that had to get cleared out that, if that's not in there, I've been fine before. I've never had any issues. The oblique was one thing. That's the first thing I've ever had to deal with, which was, that's just a kind of a freak injury. And then, from there I started doing some things that probably not normal. I compensated a lot. Started changing some things, and then, so we're just diving into the mechanics of it and seeing what kind of needs to be fixed. But there's some information in there that had to get cleared out, and then things just kind of not moving smoothly in there. That hopefully when that gets cleared out, that that'll do its job.
So the concern is again more of the shoulder inflammation than anything else.
Yeah, it's just getting things right, getting these mechanics down. Hopefully once that goes, everything else just moves smoothly. But that's more concern than anything else.
Have you had a chance to look at your mechanics from the past and figure out where the disconnect is?
Oh yeah, there's some real simple stuff that I was doing that I look at and I don't know where that started from or where that happened. Things that just don't kind of make sense. But hopefully things that aren't too difficult to fix. I'll look at it day and night and work through it and do whatever I have to do.
Jack, on a basic baseline level, how would you like us to describe what the condition right now is? I know Derek had reported bursitis. Is that a word that you would like us to use? What would you call it? I guess.
That's one of the things that's going on. It's fine with me. That's one of the things that's been going on. There's stuff that the PRP was to address some of that stuff that was going on.
As a competitor, how frustrating is this for you?
Of course it's frustrating. You want to be out there and be with the team, be with these guys. Everybody put in their work over the lockout, myself included, to be ready to go. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And same thing for A-Ray. I know that he's a competitor too, and that guy's been through so much. And mentally, just thinking about the stuff that he's had to go through, just wanting to be there with him, every step of the way. But yeah, I know these guys are going to go out and hold it down for this little beginning part of the season, and then it'll be fun to join them.
You're going to participate in everything you can here in spring? Is that the plan?
Yeah, it's just fun. It's good to be around these guys and be here and work through some things, do what I can to watch guys and pick up little things and help out here and there, kind of the same way it was when I hurt my oblique. Just work through things that way.
How similar is the sensation in your shoulder to what happened late last year when you come back?
Different. That was more pain. That was like more pain. This was a little bit more like it just wasn't smooth.
Yeah.
It just going through the lockout. Was we got it looked at after the season was done, and in between that span between the season ending and then the lockout starting, we looked at and worked through some things. Everything was fine through then, and then it was just towards the end of it where it just kind of just one of those just didn't feel right, and so you go get looked at, and then you look at the calendar and you're like, well, at some point this thing's gonna end here soon, and it when it ended, then it was okay. Let's get out here, get with the team. They wanted to look at it and go through it that way. So we had it looked at in that span of when it was not smooth, but there's only so much you could do at that point.
How far back does that slap tear go?
I couldn't tell you exactly, but it's been a handful of years. And it's been there, so it's not like it was the first time that's been seen. Yeah.
When something like this happens, or there's whether miscommunication or there's something presented in a way that you're not comfortable with from the team, what happens next? Do you guys talk? Do you square it away, or where does that stand?
Yeah, it's squared away. You look, man. It's a business. We're all professionals here. You gotta handle things. You don't hold grudges against people. You don't do anything like that. You just work through it. And because if you don't, what are you gonna do at that point? Then you just got two sides like going against each other, and that's not what you want. So you work through it. You preach family, you preach being a team, and so those are the things that you want to continue to hold on to. So that's what happens. Things happen, and you work through it, and you move on to the next thing. You move forward. That's about it. Just like with anything, move forward with it.
The next thing you expect is it a hearing? Do you expect that to be the next thing you have with the Cardinals here?
Next thing is day by day. So get this workout in today, and then work out for the next things. We just take this thing one day at a time.
That's kind of looming on the horizon, though.
That is what it is. It's a whole other aspect and something else, but that is what it is.
You talked here before around the arbitration time about your thoughts on not the Cardinals, but the game. Are you happy with some of the changes that were made in the new deal based on some of those topics?
The deal is the deal. The deal is the deal, and we're going to work with it for what it is. We're just happy to be back playing baseball.
Having dealt with